Busted. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the Chizat. Who's that? Angie, baby. Hi, Angie. Good to see you. You're up early. What time is it in Boston? It's 10:24 here. Shout out to Angie. Good to see you, Angie. Hanging out with me again. Angie's hanging out with me again. Hey, Angie. Shout out to my moderator. Shout out to Boston in the building. Boston's in the building. Thank you guys for subscribing, liking the live. Thank you guys so much. Oh, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, going to the gym is not about just lifting weights, it's just exercising, but also stretching and stuff too. So try to get you a little combination of everything. Yeah. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for liking the live. Who's that? Oh, it's 10:24. Smash that like button. Let's go. Thank you, chat. Shout out to the moderators. Angie, you guys go subscribe to Angie's channel. She's a sweetheart. Shout out to Angie. Are you balanced? Are you coordinated? Shout out to the chat. Being strong is one thing, but are you balanced? Are you coordinated? Completely different conversation. You know? Thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate you as well. Angie, you're amazing. What is it? Hit that like button. I appreciate you. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Ah, my knee is a little swollen. Ah, that's so bad. My knee hurts. Appreciate you, Audrey. Ah, good stuff. Shout out to the chat. Always remember this, guys. What does not bend must break. You know what makes palm, like if you ever saw a storm, like a big thunderstorm or any hurricane, and you see palm trees are the only ones that stay connected. Why does a palm tree not break? Why is it that palm trees don't break? Palm trees don't break because they're able to bend in the storm. And that is exactly how you have to be in life. If you do not bend, if you do not become flexible, you must break. So you have to be flexible in your mindset. You have to be flexible in your body. You have to be flexible in your approaches to do things. There's a philosopher, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says the key to longevity is diversity. Diversity. What is diversity? Diversity means to be able to mix things up, to be able to switch up your approach, to be flexible in your approach, to have different angles. Divert. Diversity, the root word is divert. Divert means to be able to go in a different direction. Are you only going in the same direction or do you have the ability to be flexible? What is diversity? Flexibility. The key to longevity is diversity, aka, are you flexible? Not just can you do yoga, but are you flexible in your life, in your mindset, how you do things? Or are you a one trick pony? Do you only have one trick that you can do? Do you got a lot of tricks in your bag or are you only a one trick pony? I got this one move I got. It's kind of like the same thing when having multiple streams of income. Like you can't just depend on one thing. You have to mix it up. Diversity. Diversify your portfolio, diversify your food, everything you do. Makes sense? If it doesn't, do it anyway. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for subscribing. What is that in my pocket? Oh. Angie, are you at the law firm already? Are you at the office? Oh yeah, good stuff. Angie, do you do yoga? Do you do Pilates? Pilates is great for girls. What does it say? I work 100% remotely. Oh, that's awesome. Remote jobs are cool. Angie, I have a question for you. If you would your job let you, do you have to be in America to do your job? No, but I need to start. Yeah, I don't know if you heard my little spiel about uh, Luz, mi amor. Uh, I don't know if you heard my spiel. Oh yeah, you can hear me, Angie. Yeah, you should because as we start to um, age in our lives, shout out to the chat, Jay Willis. As we start to age, we need to flex our body more. We need to become flexible because what doesn't bend must break. So it is very important. Always with the best attitude to us have a healthier life and be much more positive. Thanks. Absolutely. Shout out to the chat. I'm unsure about the international work. You should ask your job, does it matter if I'm in America, can I still do my job? Me, I'll give you a great example, right? Angie, let's just say your job says, yeah, Angie, you could, as long as you have a strong internet connection, you can work wherever. If I were you and I could make American money and work online, I would do that from Mexico. I would do that from Colombia, Honduras, because you can still use your American money and it goes a lot further um, in other countries. So basically you would give yourself a raise by working in a different country because even though your income stayed the same, your cost to ratio goes down. So you keep more money by moving and being able to work somewhere else. Let's say Mexico, right? Somewhere really close. I hope that makes sense, right? So even though your job may not give you a raise, if you're able to change your location, your expenses drop dramatically, but your income stays the same. I hope that makes sense. I was a financial advisor from 2007 to 2009, so licensed and all that stuff. I worked for a company called Aegon and Transamerica, so I do know what I'm talking about. Income high, expenses low. You just gave yourself a raise. Because a lot of times jobs don't give you a raise and stuff like that. So you have to be creative. How do you keep your income high but your expenses low? Right. The world's job is to take your money from you. Your job is to figure out creative ways to keep it. Thank you for subscribing, guys. Thank you for liking the live. Man, man, I'd make crazy dough. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm unsure about. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Angie? How much you would save money if you were able to work the same job but in a different location? Same job, different place. Do you think it's worth finding out? Do you think it's worth finding out if you could do your job somewhere else and still make the same money? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's worth finding out for sure. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the Chizette. Oh, shout out to the chat. Good stuff. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for subscribing. Yeah, they pay six figures. Yeah. Are they hiring, Angie? Because I'd love to do that. Angie, find out if they're hiring. See if you can get me on with what you do. Is your job hiring, Angie? I love to work remotely. Man, I kind of do that with YouTube, but I'd like to do something else too. Well, shout out to the chat. Look at those legs, guys. You see that? Shout out to the chat. Oh, oh yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff, chat. I'm not sure if they are hiring. My title is law firm billing specialist. Yeah, I have a friend that works for Allstate. He does the something about insurance with the legal side of that company. He works from home as well. Well, Angie, find out for me, duh. Angie's our superstar in the chat. You guys go follow Angie if you have not already. She's an amazing human being. Shout out to the chat. Let's go. Do your thing, mama. Shout out to Angie. Shout out to all the moderators hanging out. If you don't get a chance to go work out today, you can at least make sure you eat a salad today, eat some fruits, vegetables. Do some work in the kitchen if you can't go work out. What does it say? I'm not sure. You kill it though, right? Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for subscribing, liking the live. Yeah, only. Why you only go halfway? Why do you only go halfway? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Shout out, chat. Who's that? What's your opinion about 600-pound people? I feel sad for them. That's my opinion about that. Yeah, 600-pound life. It's yeah, that's crazy. I feel sad for them because I don't think no person wants to suffer at 600 pounds. I just think that that's like a mental disorder because something in their minds and their brains keep telling them to eat, even though their body is screaming that they should stop. So I feel bad for them. I think it's a mental illness, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, I feel bad for them. And I think also that a lot of that, like when you have someone who's 600 pounds, like they didn't just start doing that. That happens when they were a kid. Like their mom or their family just gave them food as like a self-soothing mechanism. And when you're taught something at a younger age, you just keep doing it. So they just kept, when they could afford to buy their own food, then they did, and then they kept the same patterns up. So yeah, it's very sad. So that's my take on the 600. It's funny when they try to walk. It's not funny. I'm okay. Yeah, it is funny sometimes. But what's funny? One of the 600 pounders went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Hey, you know, we have to put you on a diet." And the person said, the 600-pound person said, "Well, I'm hungry." And the doctor said, "Yeah, I know, but you'll be fine." The way the doctor looked at that person was like, It doesn't matter if I don't feed you. Like I know you're hungry, but no, I don't care that you're hungry." Basically, like you have enough fat on you to survive. You're not gonna die if you don't eat." He didn't say that, but that's how he looked. He's like, "You're hungry for what? You've ate enough food." So yeah, yeah. The doctor gave him a little tough love. Like, yeah, you're hungry, but I'm not gonna feed you. And a lot of that comes from like parasites too in your food. I just was talking to a health nutritionist yesterday about this, and they were talking about how the reason why a lot of people are hungry is because When you have parasites, the parasites eat the food inside your stomach. So you find yourself being hungry a lot more because it's not like your body's using the nutrition. The parasites in your body are actually feeding off of the food that you eat. So you have this constant sensation for hunger. Very fascinating. It was interesting having that conversation. You guys go. I'll be posting that. We did a podcast actually. I'll be posting that on the podcast probably today or tomorrow. So look out for that. What's the fattest person you've ever seen in real life? Jeez, probably a 600 pounder. Yeah, I've seen big people like that before. Uh, yeah. You know what's crazy? Do you know that they charge fat people on the airlines a double ticket price? So let's just say you weigh over a certain amount to where you can't fit in a normal seat. You have to pay for two seats. Yeah, when you're a big person, you overpay for clothes, you overpay for an airline ticket because you actually take up two seats. I didn't know that. I was talking to a big person. They're like, "Do you know I have to pay for two seats?" I was like, "Why?" Like, because I can't sit in, I just can't sit in one seat. That shit is crazy. If you're overweight, you even overpay for clothes because they have to use more material to make your clothes. So of course, it's going to cost more. So being big comes with more than just being big. You have to overpay for everything because you consume more space. You need more food, you need more room, you need more clothes, you need more everything. So being big is expensive. That's a really good podcast topic. Wow. That's a really good. Thank you. Actually, that's a really good topic. I need to talk about that. Max, I know you were trying to be funny, but you just gave me a really good idea. It gives us story time about, yeah, that's a really good idea. Uh, I don't know if, Angie, are you still in the chat? Angie, can you send me, Angie, are you still in the chat? If you are, can you text me to do a topic about this conversation so I don't have to go on my notes and do it? Angie, are you there? Please let me know. Because this is a fascinating topic. How how being overweight is expensive. Like this is a really good topic. Yeah, I'll write it down just in case. I'll write it down. It's a really Max. At first, I thought trying to be funny, but I mean, I think you were trying to be funny. But who needs personal training? Let me know. I'll do virtual. We can do it virtually online. No problem. You need more blood pressure medicine. Oh, that's funny. All right, relax, Max. Max is funny. Max, do you live in America, Max? Max is funny. They have this medicine called. It's not medicine. They have a herb called berberine, and it actually is supposed to increase your life longevity, but it's actually created for blood pressure. This message is hold for review. No, you're in Germany. Shout out to Germany. Let me see. Americans are hugely obese. Yes, no, that's very true. Americans are overweight because there's so many synthetic products and so much processed food. There's a fast food restaurant on every corner. So Americans are fat because they don't work out enough. They're at work all the time, and then they eat processed foods, and then they sell us food at the grocery store that doesn't have any nutrients in it because it's genetically modified. So there's so many different reasons on why Americans are overweight. So many reasons. What were the biggest people you've seen in real life? Can you talk about it? My mother was really fat. Like, yeah, my mother was, I don't know, maybe 300 pounds. Yeah, my mom was really fat. Yeah, yeah, my mother was really fat. I was really fat. I was probably 230 pounds, something like that, 225, 230. And in my size, that's my height, that's big. That's big. So yeah, my mom was overweight. My aunt was overweight. Yeah, I know a lot of people personally. Yeah, Max. I mean those 600 pounders. No, no, no. I've never. No. So I don't know them. I've only seen them in like passing, so I couldn't tell you specifically. I've never had like a 600 pound person in my personal life. Obesity, the true cost of being overweight. I had a 500 pound guy next to me on a plane. Well, just know his ticket was probably enough for first class. Shout out to the chat. Who needs a personal trainer? Somebody said how much? How much, Buttercup? You guys see the gym? It's a really big gym, guys. It's a really big gym. Got my bag from Colombia. Real watcher. I think I'm gonna do some quick shoulder presses, guys. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you guys. short. Feels short. Feels short. Feels a little short, guys. Oof. It needs to be a little bit longer because it's snapping the bottom of my feet. Shout out, chat. Who is that? Shout out to the chat. I see you guys. I'm gonna do pull downs. That's not gonna work. I just sit here. Bingo. Wait, can you guys see me? If I do pull downs, let's see. That's better. Okay. Let's see. I'm doing front facing. I have a good idea, chat. I have a good idea. Let me see. Max. Hey, chat. I see you guys. Like a side angle. You can't see me. I can't see you guys. That's whack. That's whack-a-mole. That's better. £60 feels like I'm throwing up. I'm throwing my daughter in the air. It's so light. I gotta go to like 90 pounds. 60 so light it doesn't feel like anything. Feels like light work. Light work. Shout out, chat. It's light work, chat. It's light work. Light work chat. Got to take it up. Got 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds, chat. We got 20. Hey, hey, what's up? Just type in the chat, I need a session. Type it.